What are PLCs? What is the importance of PLCs? What are PLCs? Assignment is completed by what is the importance of PLCs? Alexander Black this group and Preston assignment is Crowder. Completed by Caden.
What are PLCs? The definition of PLC is a professional learning community is a method to foster collaborative learning among colleagues within a particular work environment or field. It is often used in schools as a way to organize teachers into working groups of practice-based professional learning. This is when teachers come together to collaborate ideas, new teaching methods, to see what works best here, what works best there, what works best in any environment, any type of field, and they get together so they can collab on it and just see what works best, what's working here, what's working there, what they can work on, and what they already know works. Now,
there are many aspects to an effective PLC, but one of the most important ones is reflective dialogue. You have to have reflective dialogue with all of the teachers in the PLC to make sure you're all on the same page, and to make sure you're working together as a team effectively for the benefit of the students. And that's really what it comes down to, is the focus on student learning, which is another big key to an effective PLC. You have to have focus on student learning. You have to know why you're doing things. It's not for your benefit or for the benefit of other teachers, even though that may be a side effect to an effective PLC, is growing as an individual and helping other teachers grow as well. But the main point is to focus on student learning and to just try to help students be as successful as possible. You have to have good interaction among teachers and colleagues. Obviously, that's essential. And that kind of goes along with collaboration as well. It's just bouncing ideas on each other's heads, saying, hey, what works for you with this student, what works for you with this subject, hey, this works for me, I can help you out with that. Just really a good team atmosphere, and forming a good team in the PLC is just absolutely vital to the success of students, helping students grow and succeed in whatever class and whatever endeavors that they choose to set out to. And then finally, so we have reflective dialogue, focus on student learning, interaction among teachers/colleagues, collaboration, and then finally, shared values and norms. The teachers have got to have shared values. That's the one way that teachers can be the most successful. Is to have shared values. If they have shared values, they're all on the same page, they can do whatever they can to help the students be successful in their classes.
Hello and welcome to Teachings in Education with Frank Avella, Professional Learning Communities, a collaborative effort from a team of educators to improve learning through action-based research. The core principles of a PLC is the idea that professional development among teachers will lead to greater success for their students. The biggest factor for student success is and always will be the classroom teacher. Since the classroom teacher is so important, schools must find ways to further develop these teachers and increase their effectiveness. Why should schools incorporate PLCs? With PLCs, teachers have the ability to discover and reflect on their own pedagogical practices. Teachers rarely find the time to do this with the enormous workload they are given. The data gathered is school-specific and absolutely relevant to the teacher. Teachers gather data and perform action research from the very schools they teach at. They also provide teachers with a certain level of autonomy. It is the teachers themselves that actually plan, research, and solve school problems. Professional development aims to improve on student learning rather than just teaching. The PD should identify, implement, and assess methods to ensure every student can and will excel. PLCs create a culture of collaboration. The saying goes, we are smarter together. A PLC can bring together different ideas of two English teachers with different styles, but the same level of passion. Now let's take a look at a solid example of a PLC. You might see several of the 8th grade teachers, child study team, and guidance counselors having a discussion on the best ways to prepare 8th grade students for the transition to next year in high school. They're looking at data, building action plans. Most importantly, they are identifying solutions to school problems. Here are several steps that I've used, although you may want to change the order. Based on my experience, I feel it is a necessary step to put in place some guidelines for teacher behavior within the PLC. You can then begin by developing the mission and goals. Develop overarching goals that align with the entire district's school mission. These goals should be developed as a team and based on the current school data. The next step is to determine meeting times, dates, locations. Allow the teacher to do this themselves. Each meeting may have its own specific objective. Provide some teachers the opportunity to take a leadership role in the PLC. The teacher can lead discussions. Here is where the work begins. Based on the PLC and given data, teachers should develop and implement an action plan. To do this, you must define the big picture goal and have time constraints. Remember, everything begins and ends with assessment. Therefore, survey the teachers and see what they have to say about the overall PLC. Right now, I want to say thank you for your time. Please like and share this video, subscribe to this channel, and help keep me going by making a small contribution to the paper. Hello?
In this slide, we will go over fundamental questions a professional learning communities ask. These questions include: what do we want students to learn, and how will we know if they have learned it? Throughout the professional learning community, teachers try to come to a common understanding of learning and also having common assessments that check for understanding within the students. Intensive reflection and job-embedded learning. We have learned that there are 6 steps included in this process. Teachers work in collaboration, planning teams to examine critically and discuss standards-based learning expectations for students. These teams select evidence-based instructional strategies for meeting the standards. Teams develop a common lesson plan incorporating the selected strategies and identifying the type of student work each student will use to demonstrate learning. Teachers implement the planned lesson, record successes and challenges, and gather evidence of students' learning. Teams review student work and discuss student understanding of the standards. Teachers reflect on the implications of the analysis of students' work and discuss potential modifications to instructional strategies.